In today's video, I get to show you guys a full review of the brand new Ego powered snow shovel that works with the multi-tool system. We had our first snowfall here and I've gotten the chance to test it out. I plan on showing you guys how this thing works. Is it worth it buying this thing? What are my final thoughts? Find out up next.
It's winter!
Well, we finally had our first snowfall here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was excited because I got the chance to test out the Ego powered snow shovel.
I'm so excited we got snow!
This snow shovel was sent to me by Lowe's, and I've been waiting for it to snow so I could check this out and give you guys my honest review. So what I'm going to do real quickly is show you a little bit more in depth of what comes with this powered snow shovel, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it as I'm showing you footage of taking it outside, and then give you my final thoughts after using this to see if this is something that's worth buying for you. And for more information on this powered snow shovel, I'm going to link to everything I'm talking about down in the video description. So this is everything that you get with the kit that comes with the multi-head system. So from top to bottom, we are looking at about 5 feet 8 inches or 68 inches from end to end of this tool. So the snow shovel kit comes with a 4 amp hour battery. It also comes with a 320 watt charger. If you want to see how much power the battery has, there's an indicator you can press on the side. This lights up different bars. All my bars are lit up, so this battery is fully charged. So we'll go ahead and pop this battery on the charger, just so you can get an idea of what the charger sounds like. So when it starts up, it does make just a little bit of noise, kind of holding my microphone close to it. On the side of the charger, it shows you different lights that you'll get. Green means various different types of charging. Red, there's some sort of a problem with your battery. So with the included 320 watt charger, this battery takes approximately 55 minutes to fully charge up. If you've got a standard charger, I've got some of those with some of the older products I've bought, it can take up to 80 minutes to fully charge this battery. If you've got one of the rapid chargers like I do, you can charge this battery up in 30 minutes. So let's take a look underneath and we can see our auger. Everything that you see here is made out of plastic. It is a thicker plastic, but this freely turns, and then we can see the different guards that are going to throw the snow. Those are controlled by a dial that's on the other side that I can push down, and then as I turn it, that changes the direction that the snow is going to be thrown. Looking at the top, we can see the dial here that I will need to push down. It does take a little bit of force, and then as I turn it, that is adjusting the guards that are going to throw the snow in whatever direction. Everything that is part of the body of the snow shovel is all made of plastic. Once it gets to the base and it's connecting to the multi-tool system, this whole area is all metal. Here's a close-up look of the multi-tool system. So the battery goes in on this end, and then there's another handle that's part of this multi-tool system. This one has a green release on it that I can just pull up. So if I wanted this handle to be lowered down, I can just find whatever place I want for it, go ahead and lock it in place. As far as controls, you've got a trigger underneath, but that trigger is locked. There's actually a lock on the other side. So just spinning this around, we've got our trigger down here, but it's locked, so you can use your thumb to unlock it, allowing you to then depress the trigger. On the top, we have 2 speeds. So right now I have it set to 1. I can just slide that up to 2. That's our 2 stages of power. To connect or disconnect this from the multi-tool system, you simply loosen this knob, this tightening knob, and then there's a button that releases. So I'm going to push down on that and just separate these. So I can just take my edger, go ahead and pop it in, make sure it clicks, go ahead and tighten down my tightening knob, and now I can go ahead and use this edger. Let's say I want to use my pull saw, pop it into place, go ahead and tighten it up, and now I can also operate my pull saw with this multi-tool system. This is part of the Ego battery system. Now over time with all the tools that I've got, I've accumulated more of these batteries. So like this is a 5 amp hour, this one here's a 6, this one is a 7.5 amp hour battery. All of these are 56 volt compatible batteries, so if one battery dies, I can simply pop another battery in and then use that to continue using this tool. Not sure if you know this, but you get a 3-year warranty on all of the batteries that you purchase from Ego. I've done a whole video on how to get more use out of your Ego batteries and how to make them last longer. That is also going to be linked down in the video description. So let's see if we can get a weight on this thing. 11.6 pounds just for the powered snow shovel. Adding in the multi-tool, we're now at 17 pounds. Attaching the 4 amp hour battery, I'm now at 22 pounds. So I will say the 4 amp hour battery in itself is 5 pounds, and if you're going to attach a larger battery, you are increasing the weight for this particular snow shovel. Let's take this thing outside, put it to the test. So I used this snow shovel to clear snow from my driveway. My driveway is 60 feet by 14 feet. I also use this to clear my patio and my pathway that leads to the back patio. That path is roughly about 54 feet by 4 feet wide. That back patio, 11 feet by 6 feet. And then I've got a 10 by 10 deck. I seem to have a little bit more snow in my grassy areas, so I decided to make a 30 foot by 3 foot path in the grass to see how this would perform. Right now, in this spot of my driveway, I've got about a 1/4 inch of snow. At the end of my driveway, where the plow just came, I've got about 1 inch of snow. On my back deck, I have just under 3 inches of snow. So it's 33 degrees outside, and this is very heavy, wet, great packing snow. So I'm going to try and snow blow a little bit of a path here in my backyard. Go ahead and put the ruler in, and it's right about 4 inches, just under 4 inches here. Let me see if I can do a little path. So the specs for this powered snow shovel say that the directional control of throwing the snow can throw up to a 25-foot throwing distance. It also will clear up to 6 inches of snow on a 4-car driveway with the included 4 amp hour lithium battery, and I put that to the test. I wanted to see how long that battery would last. So on a full charge of that 4 amp hour battery, I was able to snow shovel my driveway, my pathway, my back patio, and all of my deck, as well as a 30 foot by 3 foot path into the grassy area of my yard. It was a bit challenging using this powered snow shovel. In my opinion, or my thought was that possibly the auger on the front of the snow shovel would suck the snow up and ultimately kind of pull this thing along. That was not the case. You definitely have to exert a lot of force to push this thing forward in icy and snowy conditions. At 22 pounds, it didn't seem like this thing would be very heavy, but once I was out using this, and you have to use it at an angle where the auger is down on the ground and the battery is upright, you either have to rest it near your shoulder or you have to press that battery near your chest. Either way, you have to use your arms and your body to propel this thing forward. As I continued to clear snow from my driveway and pathways, it quickly became clear to me that one of the most inconvenient things about this snow shovel is the direction dial. I thought it was convenient that it was on the top of the body, above the auger, but by about the second pass, I got sick of bending over having to switch the direction of snow. If you walk down your driveway and throw snow in one direction and do a U-turn and then throw snow the opposite direction, then you don't have to mess with the dial as much. But if you need to constantly keep switching directions of where you want the snow to go, it gets annoying very quickly having to keep bending over messing with that dial. So the next thing is, this does not have any self-propelled feature. So I would compare this to pushing a 22-pound lawnmower without using a self-propel feature, but this has no wheels on it. However, a lawnmower does have wheels on it, and you're pushing it on a snowy, icy driveway. Not the easiest thing to do, but I was able to do it in certain parts using only one hand. In my opinion, what would make this thing better, if not a game changer, is if it had 2 traction wheels on either side of it, as well as some sort of way to self-propel it. It takes a little getting used to use the snow shovel, and the more I used it, the more I found a system that seemed to work best for me. That system happened to be standing directly behind the snow shovel and pressing the battery up against my chest. I will say there are certain parts of our pathway where some of the landscape bricks are raised up just a little bit more than some of the others. And in our driveway, we have an invisible fence line that was cut through the driveway, and the driveway has since just shifted a little bit where one part of the driveway is maybe a 1/4 of an inch higher than the other. And using this particular snow shovel, when you get to those areas and you're pressing up against it with either your arms or your chest, when you run into any of those bumps, it hurts when you suddenly stop because you have to readjust because you hit one of those things that's blocking your path. The way the handle is designed, the lock for the trigger is on the left side as I was showing you. But if you plan on using this with your left hand, or like I was trying to do where I was standing behind it and trying to use it, now you're having to overextend your arms and still try to use your arms to press that trigger so that you can activate it, but try and walk with it. It just was kind of awkward. It definitely did not seem as easy as I thought it was going to be when I was preparing to use this. So as you can see, as I was just trying to push it through my grass, now this is extremely wet packing snow. Instead of it throwing it real nice, unfortunately it just clumped up, and I just felt like I was pushing more and more snow, making it harder and harder to use this machine. So once you get that first path established, and you're using about half of the snow thrower, it's easier to do. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I am out of breath. You still definitely have to exert some force and use some muscles. Now granted, I'm going over grass, but regardless, still takes some effort to use this machine. So who is this snow shovel for? I can tell you who it's not for. If you are not in good physical shape, the fact that this does not have any self-propulsion to it is going to make it challenging and difficult for somebody to use. I can see the benefits of it being very portable. So this is great if you need to go somewhere remote and clear pathways, things like that. The fact that you don't want to have the gas fumes as you're using this, that's where I think this product excels for use. So after my initial testing of this, would I recommend this powered snow shovel for you? So let's talk about pricing. Pricing for the multi-tool kit that includes the 4 amp hour battery, the charger, and the powered snow shovel attachment, as of the recording of this video, is priced at roughly $350. The attachment itself right now is currently priced at $159. But for $159, I'll tell you, one, you can buy a lot of regular snow shovels with that, or two, I almost would start looking at using a self-propelled snowblower or even a regular snowblower if you're considering using this for doing a full driveway. Personally, I don't know if I would get $159 worth of value out of this snow shovel attachment. To me, what would improve this and possibly make it a game changer is, one, if they could add some sort of wheels, two, if they could add some sort of self-propulsion to this thing to make it easier to push. Now, I was only pushing through a couple inches of snow. They say this thing will do up to 6 inches. Honestly, I can't imagine pushing 6 inches of snow and doing my entire driveway with this thing. And then if they could figure out a way to maneuver the direction of the snow without having to inconveniently bend over each time to switch that dial. So if I had to rate this out of 5 stars, 5 being the best, 1 being the least, I'm going to give this a 3-star rating. I think in concept, this thing is great. It has a lot of potential, but honestly, it just feels like a tool that needs a little bit more development. My hope is that they come out with a version 2.0 that has some of these enhancements later on down the road. Now, if you have just a dusting of snow, or if you're looking for a quick way to get snow off of your vehicle, I would recommend picking up the Ego leaf blower. You could use any leaf blower, but I've done a review where I actually show how I was able to clear off my car in just a minute or two using a leaf blower. You can check out that video. That's going to be linked down in the video description. So I'm interested to know your questions or your thoughts about this powered snow shovel. Let me know down in the comments section below. You should go check out the video after this one where I go more in depth on the powered multi-tool system where I did a review with the trimmer and the edger. That will be linked at the end of this video or down in the video description as well. My name is Jeff, and I do appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video.